and physician information into the tool Sunfire Matrix. This is a game changer when it comes to Medicare broker tools, and has been for the last couple of years. It's a way for you to save the client information. You can update, you can do checkups in there, and it just captures all that information and saves it from year to year. So you're not constantly redoing the same work over and over again. Now, how to best use Sunfire Matrix is to always create a profile for each and every one of your clients. And regardless of how they're updating the information to you, whether that's by phone, email, or out of your CRM tool, you can capture that information and update it in Sunfire to really have timeless and seamless reviews. So the first thing you want to do when you log into your Sunfire tool is you're going to log in, and on the homepage, it's going to allow you to search contacts. When you click search contacts, it brings you to this screen right here. And you'll see that I'm searching myself, Achenheil, and I'm going to hit search. And the nice thing for me is that I'm already in there. You can see me down at the bottom. There's Aaron Achenheil's profile. I'm already there, at least partially. There might be some missing information, but I'm in the system. If you didn't find Aaron Achenheil in the system at all, you have the option to add a new contact. You'd want to be as thorough as possible, save that information, and then you can add the pharmacy and prescription drug and doctor information. But Aaron's already there. So the first step I want to do is really run an audit to make sure I have the most complete information available on Aaron. So the first thing I'm going to do is view the contact. And when I do, it's going to bring me under Aaron Achenheil, and you'll see it's very limited information, just Aaron's name and Aaron's zip code. And so what's really important about that is I want to edit this profile to get me all the current information related to Aaron. So I'm going to hit edit, and it's going to give me a lot of options to add things. For instance, the date of birth, the address, and other information. So the first thing I want to do is go back to Aaron, and let's check out when Aaron was born. So Aaron's made-up birthday for this exercise is August 15th, 1959. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my system. Now I also noticed that for some reason Aaron's residence address is missing. So I'm going to add that in as well. And you'll see Aaron lives on South Nevada Boulevard, so she's going to throw that in there. And I'm going to add that address right into the Sunfire tool. Say Novato, California. And it's actually 94947. So I'm going to save that in. Then I also noticed that the email and phone number is missing. So let's go back to Aaron's file and see if that information is available that I can add for quoting purposes. So it looks like Aaron has an email but no phone. So I'm going to go ahead and add the email and plug that in. And now it looks like email is going to be definitely the preferred method of contact. And I'm going to say save and quote. Now, when I hit save and quote, it's going to allow me a couple of different tools to look up the beneficiary information. Now, in the case of Aaron, I don't have her Medicare number, so I can't use the choice to get started, use her zip code, Medicare number, and date of birth to look up her information and begin adding the information. So instead, I'm going to choose zip code. And in this case, it's 94947. And the product that I'm interested in is PDP. So I'm going to select this. They're going to ask, what plan is Aaron currently enrolled in? Let's see. It doesn't look like Aaron has a current plan listed, so I can't list that. But if I did have a current plan, I would be plugging it in there. No current plan. I'm going to say no. And her current plan type is just original Medicare. And now I can enter the prescriptions here if I want to. I can start plugging them in, or I can view all plans to get started. I'm going to choose the view all plans option. I like to see that it came up and I'm getting the list of prescription drug plans that are available in Aaron's service area. So I'm looking here and it says she's not enrolled in an MAPD plan. She's on original Medicare and she's looking for pharmacy coverage. So the next thing I want to do is update the missing information for Aaron. So the first thing I'm going to do is go back to Aaron's record and see the pharmacy. Well, it is CVS, and CVS happened to be the default here. But look, no medications are listed. And if I go to Aaron's file, you're going to see that Erin actually takes medication. As a matter of fact, she takes 3 medications. So I'm going to view that list on my end just so I can see it a little bit more clearly. And I'm going to add that list to Sunfire Matrix. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring over the Eliquis. It's like it's a 5 milligram tablet, 60 every 1 month. So I'm going to click on that medications tab. I'm going to put in Eliquis. Eliquis pops right up, and it's the 5 milligram tablet, and she takes 60. So I'm going to change that to 60, and in this case, every 1 month, and I'm going to add the medication. Now, if I were done here, I would save it and move on, but Erin takes 2 other medications, so I need to add those. The first one I'm going to add is this atorvastatin 40 milligram tablet. On these ones, she seems to get a 90-day supply, so I'm going to make sure that I note that. There's atorvastatin, and it's a 40 milligram tablet, so I'm going to make sure I go down the list and pick the one that Erin actually takes. And I know she takes 1 a day or 90 every 3 months, so I'm going to capture that as well and add that medication. 1 more to go. I'll go back and grab the final, the lisinopril, just copying and pasting this here from my system. And it's a 20 milligram tablet, and she also gets this 90 every 3 months, so 1 a day. Let's find the 20. There it is. 90 every 3 months. And then I'm going to save pharmacy and medications. And when I do that, it's going to rack stack the plans in order of lowest overall cost to the Medicare beneficiary on an annual basis. If I were enrolling this person for just a 10-1 through 12/31, I can shorten the time span that it looks at, and it's going to show me and re-rack and stack these in order of the lowest overall cost for the remainder of the calendar year. Now, in the case of Erin, she was only interested in a Part D prescription drug plan. So this is enough information to run a potential quote on this information for my client. However, if she were interested in Medicare Advantage and Part D, you'll notice it rack stacks these plans, but the only information that's in here is pharmacy. No doctor information has been loaded. When you're offering Medicare Advantage or you're offering PPO or HMO under that umbrella, you want to be sure to add the providers your client sees to make sure you're capturing a plan that not only has their medications, but includes their doctors as well. So it says no doctors here, but I'm going to click on that to add. And this allows me to search by last name any doctor within a certain mile radius. So I can add that in, save the doctor or multiple doctors to run my quote. Now, let's assume I'm ready to go. I'm Part D. You'll see the plans are now rack stacked for the remainder of the calendar year. And the plan that's showing up here is a low-cost plan, but because they're only going to be on there for a short period of time, it's lowest overall in terms of copays for the remainder of the year. If you want to go further with this, the next thing you're going to want to know how to do is how do I take the information I see here, analyze it, and put together a real recommendation? And that's more to come.